babies and women.
Pops, real quick, tell them what you're talking about.
Tell you, run it back one more time.
Talking about the Vietnam War in 1964 through 78. The war was made to decrease the population of the black males. That's what that war was about. Because at that time we were like 7 black males to every 1 white male. So that was too many of us. So we had to do something. They had to do something to get us back down to normal where they could control us. And that Vietnam War was none of our war, but we fought it. And a lot of things you did, killing women, kids, and all of that was a part of the war, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that was the question. That was the question. Yeah, what tell us about? Yeah, the question was what percentage of things would you say that you had to do in Vietnam that you regret? And you were getting ready to tell us about going into a village.
I would say every bit of like 40% of the things that we did, we shouldn't have had to do.
40%?
Yeah, that's a little below half. And when you go into somebody's backyard to fight them in their own turf, then you're asking for a hell of a war because you don't know nothing about how they did. Tunnel rats, we had to go up underground, find them, run them from underground up to the surface, all kind of stuff. And that wasn't no easy thing. The day here in America, black men are looked at as just a statistic. But back in the war, when you were relying on us to go to war to fight for this country, you treated us halfway decent at that time. When we got back, we were treated like assholes.
What's your thoughts on war, just in general, as a perspective?
War is a thing that people now inflict upon nations to have control over nations. War is not a necessary thing, but it's a power move for countries.
So you think even
so war itself is the enemy?
War itself is the enemy because every man in America does not have to go to war. We can sit down and talk things out, but sometimes we prefer not to talk them out. We prefer to fight them out. And that's where you got war at. For instance, even now in Iraq, we suffer. We got young boys, 19, 20, on up, dying every day. Don't know nothing about war. When you're 19 and you're going into the service and they training you a little bit, that little bit of training does not add up to when you're actually in the field. Because now you in training, you standing up like you got a gun, you done been trained to hold a gun.
The chinks are coming.
And you got to make sure that your eyes are everywhere. And in Vietnam, there's no such thing as your eyes everywhere. It's too many of them. You cannot tell a South Vietnamese from a North Vietnamese. So who you fighting?
Let me ask you though, so if you go back and do it all over again?
No, sir. No, sir.
Would you have went to jail? You rather sit in jail?
I'd rather be Muhammad Ali now.
You rather went to jail?
I see what Muhammad was doing. Back then I was thinking, okay, why wouldn't you want to fight for your country?
What the thing is this though, with Ali is that, you know, like he made a statement, but he was still Muhammad Ali in jail. And when you're rich and famous and you go to jail, you're not really in Gen Pop. You're not really doing the same thing everybody else is doing.
Because he was rich and famous. Muhammad went to jail because he was
Muslim.
Yeah, but my thing is that like when he was in jail, I mean like doing time, like jail ain't cool at all. Like if you behind the walls, that's not cool at all.
In jail,
you rather be in Gen Pop than
in jail.
General population.
You can have money and have a little bit of power in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Say for instance, if you're a high celebrity and you go to jail like Muhammad Ali, ain't nobody gonna mess with Muhammad Ali. What they're gonna try to do is get him in their clique. Once you get into a clique in the joint, you become one of the big boys. You know, you ain't gonna be worried about nobody sticking you in your back with no shank or nothing because you got people protecting you. So that's what that do for you in jail. But it's saying go to war. Right now, sometime at night, you be sleeping and you jump up. Baby, what's wrong? Oh, ain't nothing. Go back to sleep. That's a flashback.
The Chinks are coming.
You know, when you hear the Gooks are coming. Here come the Gooks.
Red man.
You know, Gooks is Vietnamese soldiers, North Vietnamese.
Charlie.
That with Charlie, that don't have the slightest bit of light for you. First of all, they told the black men, you dark-skinned people need to go home, this is not your war. That's what they told us when we first got there. You dark-skinned people go home, not your war. But American as American soldiers, we
Made us go. You gotta go. What you gonna do?
had to
Gotta go. They say go.
Back in the days, there was a thing called a draft.
Draft.
Where they draft you to go to war.
And it was draft dodgers.
You didn't go to and register to be drafted, you go to jail. But since they lift that, here come, see, this is what I'm talking about, the different colors. Now you can look at me and tell that I'm a real black man. But look at this here.
Pops, let me ask you. He's darker than Barack Obama. So but Barack Obama is black. But he's not black. That makes sense.
Hold it.
Barack Obama is mixed.
Would you let me tell you why?
All right, we off on the tangent.
Barack
Live from the
Obama
shop.
said
It
he
was about
black
war.
in his mind.
Peace.
Don't